Hi, everyone. This is Shauna with Jeffco PTA. Happy to have you here. Hopefully, we won't have any technical difficulties, but I'm happy to introduce you to Dana Lamb, who's with MemberHub. She's also a statewide PTA volunteer in New York. So she speaks PTA completely and understands exactly what we do, and that's why I love her so very much. So, Dana, I'm just going to go ahead and hand it right off to you. And thank you so much for being here with us today.
Well, thanks for having me. It's my pleasure to do this. I love talking about PTA and I love talking about MemberHub, so this is going to be fun. I have my video on just so you can see me for a moment. I'm going to turn it off because I tend to get better audio quality when I turn my video off, and it's more important that you hear me than see me today. So I'm going to turn that off, but I'm still here, and I'm going to share my screen because MemberHub is a hands-on tool here. So, and Shauna, tell me if that looks okay.
It looks fantastic. So thank you.
Perfect. Okay, so this is MemberHub, and I'm a software engineer by education. And so I believe in eating your own dog food, as we say. So if I'm going to put together an agenda and slides, I'm going to use MemberHub for it. So like Shauna said, my name is Dana Lamb. I'm actually the treasurer for a local unit in New York State and the treasurer for the Western region. So, you know, you do a job well and watch out, get more of it. PTA way. I've had a great opportunity this year to attend lots of state conventions, and the national convention was all virtual. I don't know if you guys got to attend that, but it's been really eye-opening for me to see how other states do it and get some ideas and be able to share what New York State does. In New York State, we have been using MemberHub. This is, I think we're starting our 5th year with it, at least our 4th, it might be 5th year. We were early adopters of it, and when we had MemberHub to start, there wasn't even a store, and now we have a new version of the store. So we fell right in love with it, and I actually would talk to the MemberHub CEO at convention and say, I really need it to do this and this and this and this, and he'd get, okay. Well, eventually I asked so many questions and for so many features that he said, do you want to just come work for us and help other units use it? I'm like, okay, I'll do that for you. So that's how I ended up here. And like Shauna said, I covered for a girl who lost power on the night of Shauna's training. And so I hopped in, and that's how I ended up in Colorado. So also, I am a Montana native. I don't know if you knew that. I grew up in Montana, so I get the West too. So I'm going to hop right in because there is a lot, and I'm going to talk really fast, but it's all recorded, so go watch the recording and listen to it again as many times as you need. Also, at the end, I am going to give you some resources for how you can get more help and more assistance on MemberHub, because we have some incredible teams here you can schedule one-on-ones. We have a great help system. We have online chat. So I'm going to give all of that to you so that when you've forgotten everything I said today, you have a way to still get what you need. So this is MemberHub. This is actually a hub in MemberHub. So you're going to create your account, log in, set up your site the first time, and I'm actually going to throw this into chat. This is your first time login help article. So let me find chat here.
And I am monitoring chat as well. So we may wait and take questions at the end if we don't have enough time. Or we may take your questions if you type them and don't have enough time for this. Then what we might do is go ahead and answer them on the page where we have this recording.
All right, I am not seeing the chat show up for me, but let me try one more.
I type in here. See if it comes up orange for you.
No, let me stop sharing for just 1 second. There we go. Okay, so this is the help article that is going to walk you through how to log in for the very first time. Once you get to do that, then you are going to end up in this MemberHub site. So if you're an officer, you're going to automatically be set up as an administrator, and you're going to see these two buttons up here, a store admin and an admin console. The first thing that you're going to do probably is go to the admin console, where you're going to default to your list of officers. Now, this is a test site. We're under the Wisconsin State's site, and they let us use this site as just a test, so we put a bunch of test data and stuff in here. This is your list of officers. To add a new officer, you're going to start here and click Add Officers. Add all of your officers. Once you do that, you're going to start to see this drop down of your years. Now, you're only going to have 2020, 2021. But as you use MemberHub, this will store your members from previous years as well. There's lots of information over here, and I'm going to start by showing you membership because that's our main goal usually in the first part of the year. So this is going to be your current list of members. And all I did was admin console, PTA, members, and it got me to this list. This is the total number of current members that you have for this year. Again, once you start having years, you're going to get this drop down that goes back to previous years as well. This is a list of members who join either through your store or with paper, check, cash. And I don't know if you're going to be allowed to do that this year, so I'll show you both ways just in case. If you are able to collect memberships with check or cash in your membership application, just like you always have before the store, you're going to come in here and click the Enter Members button and fill out all the required fields here, including a membership type. These membership types are pulled from Colorado State. They're pre-populated, and this is what the types that Colorado State recognizes. It's different for every state, so this is not what you're going to see in Colorado. You're going to see your types. These prices, if you edit the price in the store, it will update here. So the membership here is $7, and if for some reason that doesn't happen, you can always change it. Like if it's showing $7 but you really charge 10, you can always change it here and enter the right amount into your dues thing. Keep an eye on these drop downs, make sure they're current year. Right now it's not going to be a big a deal, but as we get into June and then July, when we start selling them again, you make sure that you get the current year, not the previous year, not the future year. So just keep an eye on that, as we transition years. And then all you're going to do here is click Add Member. They're gonna get an email receipt because we're going to leave this checked. You can uncheck it, but we strongly recommend you leave that checked. And then they have a receipt. It's automatically, again, going to be added into this list, listed as cash if you don't put a check number in there, and check if you do. So if you fill in this is going to determine if it was cash or check. You can track extra donations. So if my membership was $7 and they gave me a 10 and said keep the change, I would just enter $3 in there before I hit enter add member. All right. MemberHub is going to count all the members, and when it comes time for you to be able to pay state, you can go to, again, admin console, PTA, state payments, and we are going to count the number of members here. So we have 10 members in there, and we owe the state this much. Now this is going to be number of members times whatever your state collects in state dues per member. So it's going to track specifically for your state. Now I'm not a treasurer or the president of this site, but if I were, this red box would go away, and this blue button here that says send payment via e-check would turn blue, and you would be able to set this up. So the very first time you do this, you do have to give it your online banking credentials. It's going to make a couple of micro deposits that you're going to verify through the system, and then this will be ready to go. And you only have to do that verification piece once in a lifetime unless you change banks and change bank accounts. All right. So that's membership in MemberHub. I will jump to the store quick. We have tons and tons of, information about the hubs. And if we have a little bit of time at the end, I'll hop back into the hubs and show you all this functionality. But I am sure that all of you are really looking for a way to sell memberships this year, and so I want to make sure I leave enough time for the online stuff that we've added. So this is the front page of our store, the admin of our store. That's not it. I was playing with the website. This is the front page when you get to the store admin, and you'll have a checklist here of all the things you have to do to get your store up and running. So some of this may be imported depending on what you have already done with MemberHub, but as you create all of these green checks will become, I think they're red X's to start, they'll become green checks. The most important one that you're going to want to do is set up your payment gateway. MemberHub has partnered with Stripe to take our credit card payments. So you're going to have to set up, it's a Stripe Express account. And it's just like every other Cheddar Up, we pay whatever you use for your credit card payments. If you haven't, PayPal, they all require the same basic information. And they need to ensure that there is a real person behind this account. So when you first start to set it up, it's going to ask for your organization information. So make sure you have your EIN number. It's going to ask for some personal information just to verify that the person behind this request is a real person. This is not in any way going to affect your credit. It doesn't tie you personally to the account. It's a federal law. It's called Know Your Customer. And every credit card company now has to do it to ensure that that there is an actual person behind this request. The bad guys ruin it for everybody. So that they are going to ask you like your address, your date of birth, and your last four of your social, I think is the verification information. Once that is set up and you have items in your store is open for business. That's all it takes. I'll hop back and forth, but this is what the storefront is going to look like. So I set up some leveled memberships. I set up a standard membership. I packaged a couple for a family of 4 and with a face mask, made an open donation button and sold face masks. So that's kind of a good sampling of all of the things you can do in our store. Hopping back to the admin piece. So then the first place, once your Stripe is all set up, and actually you can do this before Stripe is set up, your storefront just isn't open yet. Everything will be in products. So it's down this side, it's products here. You're gonna land on the products. Products are everything basically except for memberships. So if it contains a membership, you're gonna see it here. If it is just product, and you could sell spiritware, whatever you guys are already selling, you can probably sell it through our store. And it's all going to show up here under products. I'm going to hop to memberships because this is going to be automatically populated for you, again, with the membership types from Colorado State PTA. And you'll know those are it because they'll have a check in this state member column here. This visibility, if it's an I with a line through it, means it's hidden in my store. Now, I wanted to have complete control over my items, so I hid both of the state types, and I am just using the types that I set up here. And to do that, you just click this new membership button. Now, we can do a lot of things with membership bundles because we understand that every unit sells their membership a little bit different. Some you buy 4 memberships and you get a free t-shirt. Every member who joins might get a magnet. Some just sell plain memberships, which is fine too. So we have made this able to package as many memberships as you want. Sorry about the dog, my daughter just got home. And for whatever price you want. So what you're gonna do is decide how you wanna sell memberships, talk to your board, get that all straight. You're gonna give it a name, short description. You can put in, if you want a longer description, you can do that. Any number of memberships. Now you saw that family membership was of 4. That has 4 members in it. The one with a mask just has 1. So you can put as many memberships as you want in there. What that is going to do in the store is set up the number of times that you have to enter information for the different members. And I'll show you what that looks like quick in the store here. So if I purchase this family membership of 4, you'll see that here's member 1 information, member 2, member 3, member 4.
So Dawn, you can use the same email address for all 4 of those people?
You cannot. Every person must have a unique email address unless you purchase a student membership. And you'll see you get to pick the types in here, the membership type. If you pick a student membership, you can submit this with no email address. But for all adult, business, grandparent, community membership types, you will need to give us a unique email address or phone number. Like it triggers off for one or the other. If you don't want to give your phone number, we will accept fake phone numbers in here. So, 555-1212. So that if you just are buying a regular membership, then you'll just see there's just one. Same questions, it's just one. And they'll get to pick the current year, enter the same information, and add it to the cart. You can keep shopping, you just keep adding stuff to the cart, keep shopping for whatever you want. Now these I bundled with a donation. So then I just changed the price here. So if it was just one member and our memberships are $10, but I wanted a $50 donation, I make this $60. And that bundles one membership, which would be a $10 value, with a $50 donation. Does that make sense? If you want to bundle it, I'll hop back over and show you our membership with a mask. And it's really nothing special. I just, again, just put the number of members. I just make it clear in all my text. The price for the combination of 2 of them, right? So this is a deal. Our masks, I think I put them in here for $9 or something, $10 maybe. But you get a deal if you buy a membership with your mask. And then I needed to know what style you wanted. So here's our 3 styles, and this will be a drop down. So I'll show you that quick in the store. So here's our membership with a mask. Here's the pictures of the masks if you want to see them. And then you can pick whichever kind you want, plus fill out your membership information. So all that kind of information is done in what we're calling custom fields. And up here, you can add a custom option to any membership. So if you want to collect grade level, if you want to collect, we have TOPS bonus card. Our grocery store does a bonus card program where part of the money is donated back to us. If you register your card number, I collect the card number with every membership. I didn't make it required, so if you don't put it in, no big deal. But if you want additional information collected with your membership, you're going to use this add custom option field. All right. So that's memberships in a nutshell, and you can do them however you want. Now products, exactly the same, except for these questions are not going to allow us to say how many memberships you want, but we can add colors, add sizes, come by default, or add custom just like we did before. A couple differences with if you add a product, we have this option here where you can allow the shopper to enter a custom price. And what that does is it lets you set a minimum price. So let's say we're going to set up a donation. And we're going to allow the customers to enter the price, but we don't want to really collect donations less than $5 through the store. There are fees through the store. The fees for the store are 3.5% plus 50 cents per transaction. And you have the ability to cover that as a unit or to pass that on to the purchaser. It is store-wide. You can't cover the fees for the membership and pass them on for the products yet. So you either cover all the fees or you pass all the fees on. My unit actually covers the fees, but we've been doing online memberships for a really long time and we just haven't voted to change that. Any new units that I work with that have had no online presence at all, pass them on and get very little pushback. fees for online shopping is so common that really people don't even think about it anymore. So, and then we do have the ability to add it to a category, and you can add new categories here. And so you could add it to whatever, however many, whichever categories you wanted to. And finally, with our store, we have an inventory tracking system. So I'm going to pull this out. We'll make this an item. And this one I will save so that you can see what the inventory system looks like. And I'm just going to have a white one and a black one of whatever this is I'm selling. It will inventory all the options, so I don't want to overwhelm us with all these crazy options, but and it will combine the color and the color and the size. So I'm only going to offer large, or I'll offer 2 so you can see how it does that. So adult, medium, and adult large. Okay, so there's my 2 custom fields for size and color. I'm going to turn on the inventory tracking system and just save this. Oh, can't leave it. I got to charge something. So this will be a $20 t-shirt. And once I turn on the inventory, there's my item. Once I turn on the inventory tracking, I get a truck. So if I click that truck, you'll see here's my adult large black ones. How many do I have? Well, I have 10 of those. And I have 10 large white ones. But I only have 5 mediums and 5 white mediums. And so once I do that, oh, I didn't put adjust. So there's my current level. Now the store will not sell any more of these items than what I have in stock. All right. So once it sells 10 black large shirts, it's going to come off of the storefront. It won't sell anymore. Now, if I sell 2 outside of, like somebody came up to me at an event and said, hey, Dana, I really want 2 large black t-shirts. Do you have any left? Yeah, I'll get you 2. Here's your 2. And I minus 2 off of there and adjust them because they didn't get sold through the store. I sold them outside of the system. I can just adjust that inventory level. Or if I get more in, I got another shipment of 10 in, I add 10 more on here and it's going to up it by 10. All right. So, and you can tell, this was our test site. I clearly forgot to take the truck off of our donation, but that is, you just click inventory and then you get this truck in. You see, I didn't do inventory for the masks. So there's no truck there. So that is not an inventory controlled item. All right, so that is the items in the store. Now you're gonna notice that there's this little offers one here. This is our givebacks program. And what givebacks is also brand new with the release of our store. So I think we're maybe in our 3rd month with this upgraded store. So we're in our 3rd month of givebacks. And what is happening here is that this is a new program and it's like Groupon for PTAs. So our team here at MemberHub has gone out, worked with a bunch of national companies, very PTA friendly companies. Like we're very conscious about where our market is and who we are selling to. But even given that, we've given you complete control over this. You do need to subscribe, and that just kind of puts it in the system that you're interested, and we'll start populating your store with new stuff and know that you're interested in the program. Once you've registered, then everything here is going to show up for you. And I think you can look at it even before you register. But you can't put anything in your store until after you've registered. We have all these deals. There's a whole bunch of them. We're adding new ones all the time. You see we have FTD flowers here. We just added this entertainment book. So if your unit has ever sold entertainment books in the past, you know that what it takes is you get a bunch of them. You probably send one home with every kid. They go around and sell them individually, come back with the orders, you order them, your person gets hundreds of books, and then you have to figure out which ones go to what kids, and then they get them to the people that they sold to. Well, what Entertainment has done is they've partnered with MemberHub and given the exact same offer. So it was $20 a book, $10 goes back to your unit. They've given the exact same offer through the Groupon or through the Givebacks program. So I'll just hop into this one. They all kind of look similar. So here's the company logo. Here's a little bit about it. Once I check this, a couple things happen. First of all, I can reject it and say, I don't want to see this anymore. We are not interested. It's going to pull it off of that national deal list. Or you can add it to the store. That is going to put it into your storefront. You also get all the fine print that the parents are going to see for how the deal is going to work. So if there's something in here that you have a concern about, or you want to explain more in an email to your parents, you can do that because you'll see all this information before. Now, this is the online version of Entertainment Book. So they are going to get a voucher that they are going to enter into the app, the Entertainment Book app, that's going to trigger their subscription, but they're going to get then electronic access to all the coupons that were in that physical book. So I think I added this to our store already, but you can add as many as you want. They're all going to show up here. I'm back in my store now. And they're all under here under community offers. So you see that we've added a bunch. Now, if I check on that view, they see the same thing. Once they check it here, they can add it to the cart. They can buy it right now. They get the same fine print kind of stuff in the store. So this is what your parents see, and this is your admin. So you get to see all the information before you put it up on the store. We are doing more and more of these every day. Like every time I log in here, there's some new deals in here. So keep an eye on this. We're working on a system that notifies you when new deals are put into this list, so you can go check them out. But the other thing I wanted to show you is that we've also given you the ability to invite local businesses. So lots of units have relationships with restaurants or copy places or spiritware places, whoever may be, you may already have partnerships with in your community, and we've given you the ability to invite them to participate in this program. So it costs nothing to the business. The only cost that it eventually will be is they'll have to hold to the deal, right? So like the FTD flowers was, you will buy $30, you will buy $15 and get $30 worth of flowers. So that's the kind of deals that are in here. And the other, I can't believe I didn't mention this, but for every deal that is sold through your store, this amount right here is going to be donated back to your PTA unit. Right through that Stripe account, no additional work is needed. You're just going to see it in your deposits. But to invite a local business, you're going to click this Invite Local Business, just search. And it's going to come up with, you know, whatever businesses are just in my area here. There's an invite button by each of them. And like if I knew this Delton Grand Resort Spa, let's say I know the general manager, PTA, family, very involved in our community, and they would like to get a deal on here that's, you know, maybe buy one night, get one free, so you get to stay 2 nights here for the price of one. Whatever it is, or a spa, I'd be all over that one. So you would just click invite, put that contact's name and email address in here. And what's going to happen is this is going to hit our system. We're going to generate an email to this business, to this email address that you put in here. They're going to get an email that explains the system, say that they were invited by your unit, and there's going to be a link that says, yes, I'm interested. When they click that, that's going to put them in a queue for us to personally call. And we have a team here at MemberHub that is personally reaching out to all these local businesses, working with them on what kind of deal they might want, and getting a contract signed and getting them into the store. Once that contract is ready to go, if you were the first one to invite that business and provided us at least with this email address, we at MemberHub are going to donate a $50 back to your unit as a referral incentive. Now, again, you must be the first to invite them. You must give us an email address for the contact, and they must sign a deal. They must put a deal in the store. So, but when those three things happen, we are going to donate $50 back to your unit. Okay? So that's give backs, and the local offers are going to show up here as well. Now, this is somewhere near the Dells in Wisconsin. There aren't any local deals on here yet, but I have seen them start to come in for, you know, some of our units in Florida, North Carolina. They are coming in. So you will, if you start inviting and give us contact information and they are interested, they will start showing up in here. So that was give backs really, really fast. The other one I'm going to talk about is the website. So this again is our test site, but in your store, you have the ability down here, right here, it says website. And so you can create your own website. The link is going to be, let me get to the admin here. All right, so this is the admin of the website. I'll move this store out of the way. That is not the admin of the website here. This is the admin of the website. This is not live when you first come here. And this right here is the link. It was your store. It is now going to be your landing page of your website. Now, by default, we are going to add a store link to your website. And if you sign up for givebacks, a community offers link to your website. That's done for you. So you can still get to your store. You can still get to the community offers through your website, even though it looks like we stole the store link. The store is now going to be /store. So it's going to be memberhub.store/store. You're going to need at least one landing page. So you want a home page. Don't put anything in the path. Make it a landing page and make it live. You can make these pages live before you make the site live if you want to test everything out. But the page has to be live for you to be able to use this view page button. We've already done a whole bunch of work on this, and then I went and redid it all. But this is in edit mode, and you can see here we're in edit mode. This is a picture that you can upload. I just uploaded a orange background. I didn't have time to fight with pictures. But all of this is customizable. So everywhere where you see that it's turning gray as I highlight over it, all of that can be edited. So you see there's this whole section that I didn't even fill in. I wanted to show you that if you leave it blank, it's okay. Like if you don't have anything to put there, that's okay. We're just gonna make it look nice anyhow. So, but I did put these pictures in and made them all links. So in our live site, if I click this, you'll see right down here, this will go to our Facebook site. This will go to our Twitter feed. This will go to our Instagram. So you can make pictures into links, and all you have to do is, I'm just gonna click this. I just pasted these pictures in here, and then I just highlight it and click this link button. And it's going to give me the ability to edit the link. I pasted my link in. I just made it an unlink, so I won't save this. But that's what it looks like. You just enter the link, you save it, and then it turns that picture into a link. You can do the same thing with text. So if I wanted it to be, you know, www.com, and highlight that text and make that a link, it'll make that a link too. So now I have a link to the website. I have a link to all three of these social medias. And again, if I wanted stuff here, you know, all I am doing is just typing and saving, and there it's updated on my website. So there's no HTML formatting. There's no, and you can see we have all the formatting stuff. If you wanted a list here, you know, join PTA, then zoom into our meeting. So if I just save that, you'll see there's your to-do list for the year right there on your website. And it took us, what, 45 seconds about to do that? So if I save that, I'll refresh my website. There it is. So piece of cake, right? Like way easier than having your HTML programmer come in and try and fix this. So website, super easy to update, super easy to use. From all of those other ones, I'm going to show you a couple of our page types. So first of all you have to do is click this add page button and it gives you this whole thing. So you're going to put in whatever you want the page link to be. Then give it a path, give it a unique path, and then pick your page type. We have a content page, we have an events page, another landing page, an officers page, and a custom editor page. You can make them scheduled, so if you're doing an announcement page or something and you wanted that announcement of your Christmas dance to only show up on your website for a little bit, you can make it available, you know, November 1st and have it hidden December 25th. And you don't even have to think about it again, you're done. Check is live when you're ready for the page to go live. That's automatically going to populate this available at. So just really quick, I want to show you this custom editor page just because it's kind of different than the rest of them. But we've given you kind of this whole empty slate block you can put in. I've tried to use most of our stuff here. I didn't write any HTML stuff, but I added an image here. So I just drug that over here and put it there. I added some buttons here, some text here, and just made this nice, who do I contact at MemberHub page. You can do it in blocks like this too if you wanted, if you know what your page you want, you know, if you want a big long block or a little one. You can set up your own background colors and link colors and all that kind of stuff here. So this is a relatively new page, but it kind of gives you the advanced features in a simple format. We still have content pages. So if you wanted to add a content page, and I want to edit this. You can see everything on this content page is just highlightable, so I can change everything on here too. So it's all the kind of the same concept. The only other two pages I wanted to show you, and I'll show you those from the website, are here is an events page. We pull this directly from back here. I'm going back into your MemberHub site. There's a main calendar up here. And anything that is put on this main calendar will show up automatically in your events page. All you do is add an events page. All right. The same happens with your officers page. So remember back here in MemberHub, we went to admin console, PTA. This list of officers is automatically pulled on here. Name, title, email address. All you do is add an officers page. There is no, that's it. That's all we did there. Here's the link to your store and your community offices still. There's that test page that I just added that I didn't do anything to. So that's how easy that is to add in there. And then we can get back to our home page here. So the last thing I'm going to go over, how am I doing on time? Okay. Whew. Is our fundraising module. This is also relatively new, although I think it came out in the spring, a little earlier, like before shutdown. So maybe February, March, right around then, we came out with a fundraising module. All right, I'm going to close some of these windows. Okay, here's my fundraising module. So to get there, you have to, so first of all, we just fixed an issue where up until this coming Monday morning, you have to sign up for 2 Stripe accounts for fundraising. So everybody wait until Monday to sign up for fundraising, because after Monday, we're pushing a fix that is going to allow your fundraising to use your store Stripe account. So we really want that to be the case. It was a lot of work. It was was a lot of work, and we didn't want to not start the fundraising module just because we had this glitch with the Stripe accounts. So like my unit has 2 Stripe accounts. So we have one for the store, one for fundraising. Come Monday, that is not going to be the case. So in order to only sign up for one Stripe account, go sign up in your store right now, but wait until Monday to sign up for fundraisers. But when you get to do that, then you are going to have this My Campaigns, New Campaigns settings here. And this again is our test site. So there's lots and lots and lots of stuff in here. But I was working with a school on, they were doing a online book fair, but they wanted to team it up with a readathon. And because we know that kids being at home, even if they're in a hybrid model, are not reading like they would if they were still in school. So they wanted to do a readathon to really encourage reading at home. They're giving away some prizes. And then they also wanted to earn some money for their PTA in the process. So I created this little template here. It's not a template, it's just a demo one. I'm just gonna go in and edit it. Now we do have all kinds, like you saw in my list there. Sorry, I can't type and talk. It's a skill that they did not teach me. Okay, so these are all the different kinds of fundraisers that you can run. And we have something for just about everything, really. We have raffles and a-thons and sweepstakes that we kind of clump into one type. And then we have events, crowdfunding, and auctions. So raffles and sweepstakes would be like if you do, yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm just going to pop in here. So because this is Colorado, raffles and sweeps are illegal in the state of Colorado unless you apply to and get a license to do a raffle or sweepstakes. So if you do something, you call it giveaways, unless you're going to apply for a raffle license. Do not sign up for a raffle or a sweepstakes unless you go to the Secretary of State and get a license. It's illegal, and I don't want to do that with you. Thank you.
No, you're right. Yeah, and we talked about that, and I'm on a Wisconsin side. I did send that to our girl to try and work with the Colorado PTA and our team to try and get at least some language around that. Okay, so we're going to focus on an a-thon. So this could be a readathon. Lots of people had done fun runs. So if you did a fun run in the past and are looking for a virtual solution this year, this might be a really good option for you. I just talked to a unit yesterday that did a walkathon at Halloween. So they're going to look into see how they can maybe bring their Halloween walkathon online this year. So I'm going to keep going with this. A-thon has the most options. There's options for all of these, and I'll kind of talk about some of the differences. But once you know really what fundraiser you want to do, it's hard to cover every single option that's in here. And you'll see why as I walk through this. There's a lot here. But first of all, we let you make it sound and look however you want to. So there is lots and lots of opportunities to customize it. There's also lots and lots of defaults so that you don't have to think about every tiny little thing. So this is the title. And then the first thing that we let you customize is the language. So if you don't like fundraiser and you want to call it a campaign, great, call it a campaign. You don't like our words? You can enter your own words. And that is true anytime you see, a refer to as, and it will let you use whatever language you want, or you can pick one of ours. You could set a goal. What I really want to focus on is the pricing model. So with MemberHub, we have given you a free pricing model. And what happens there is that at the end of an individual's transaction, they are going to be asked, would you like to leave a tip to keep this platform free to your PTAs? That tip is going to come to MemberHub. That is how we keep this platform free for you guys. So there is no setup fee. There's no $1,500 registration setup fee. We are not going to take 50% of your fundraiser. This is how we allow you to use this site at no cost. Not all units are comfortable with that, asking for a tip thing. So we did give you the ability to set just a straight percent model. If you choose this, your a-thons, raffles and sweepstakes are in there too, but your a-thons are going to charge 7.9%, flat free on top of whatever is pledged. If you have a crowdfunding, an event, or an auction, it is 4.9% fee applied onto each pledge. We also give you a whole bunch of ways to collect that. You can take that right off the top and let the fundraiser cover those fees. You can also add a convenience fee of, say, $3, which might more than cover some pledges and not quite cover it all for other pledges depending on the size of the pledge, but it kind of evenly just tries to cover some of that if you want to. You don't have to do that. You can just cover everything. There are nonprofit rate 2.2% plus 30 cents per transaction credit card fees. That is going to Stripe. Stripe is the machine, regardless of if you do it now or Monday. Those Stripe fees are going to be on every checkout. For the free model, they're actually taken out of the fundraiser. There's no ability to pass those on. But for the percent model, when you do to automatically add it to the pledge or to ask them if they'll cover it, you can pass those on to the purchaser, to the donator, or cover them yourselves. So there's all kinds of combinations in here.
I'm just going to give you just a quick flag because we're at 4 minutes before we have to end, because we could talk about this forever because there's so many capabilities, but I want to make sure that you know.
Okay. So that's the cost. That's the big piece. Everything else is really customizable. I'm going to leave this free, and I'm really going to quickly show you the tip model. Now, as you go through here, and you could go through this a million times and save it however many times you want. This is not live until you click this publish button. So you can change this. We have activities we can create. I'm going to quick preview this, but you'll see all of these are options. If you want to do teams, if you want to give out prizes, if you want to have registration, we have some advanced options, and I'm just going to show you all those on the fundraiser site. So this is what the fundraiser site looks like, and you will get a link to your fundraiser site that will lead people right here. You don't have to log into MemberHub. It just takes them just like a regular website would. I picked all this language. All this is me. I said we're raising money so people can donate to a playground fund. I put some FAQs in here with the answers here. I have some sponsors. Here's all my students. Here's all my classes. When I go to register, I will see that I can register to read or I can create a team. If I register to read, it's $10. I set all that up. I put this bracelet up here that when they register, they'll get this cool bracelet. You can do classes. Here's my leaderboard. So here's the students, here's the classes, and then here's where I set up the prizes. And this is like it says top 5. I can do top 10, top 1, however many I want. And then the donate button. They can do very similar. And if you can make a pledge per book. Here's the student. So as soon as they're registered, they're in there. I'm going to say $1 per book, and I'm not going to donate more than, $100. That's where the fund would show up. And here's the tip. I just wanted you to see this. We default to 15%. It's a pull down. You could go up or down. You can enter in your own. So if I'm really generous, I might put $30 in here and it'll take that. I can also put 0, it'll take that. I check out and that it's going to add all that up depending on what you did with the credit card fees. Or actually, they won't see the credit card fees in this model, but it'll add all that up. They'll put their information, review, pay, confirm it, and they're done. You have a ton of questions, I am certain, because that was a lot. All your orders for your store is going to be here, and your fundraiser will show up here after Monday as well.
Yeah. We actually have been answering questions in the chat we went through. and I've interjected with a couple of them, and then a few of us who have used MemberHub have been answering them as well. So that's wonderful. But I am certain that there probably will be more questions. So y'all can either, MemberHub has the assistance when you're on the website. And then you can also, you have the Jeffco PTA email. So that would be president@jeffcopta.org, info@jeffcopta.org, membership@jeffcopta.org, or even your AAVP or aavp@jeffcopta.org. You send an email to any one of those, we will take care of getting you answers to those questions. And we have links to a whole bunch of other tutorials on the Jeffco PTA website as well. Under resources, you're going to find a tab that's just for MemberHub. And you are going to love this. Sabrina, thank you. And have a good time at soccer. Everybody's having a pretty busy day. So you are all so wonderful. But since we're nearing the end and we have to go on to our next class, I just want to thank Dana here. So because she is, again, you've noticed, she speaks PTA. So, and this is exactly what we need. So for a resource to really work for PTA, it needs somebody who understands PTA, and Dana is definitely that. So huge thanks to you, Dana. We greatly appreciate you. And if we have more questions throughout you're getting lots of thank yous in the comments, just so you know, Dana.
Oh, good.
If anybody else has any questions that they want to submit, feel free to reach out to us if you don't know or can't get the help on the MemberHub website. It's much more comprehensive than anything that we've had in the past. So, reach out. So it's fine. That's exactly what we're here for. We're usually responding to you within 24 to 48 hours. So just holler, and we're always available to you. And thank you so much, Dana. Thank you, MemberHub.
Thank you. This was fun. Let me know when you're doing it again. I'll come back.